Hello and welcome to CP340, Network and Data Security, lesson number 13. Recognize the risk of data loss and data corruption in a networked environment. Today we will discuss the ways data can become corrupted in a networked environment and discuss the steps to minimize the impact of data loss and data corruption in a networked environment. Discuss the ways data can become corrupted in a network environment. Power. An IBM study showed a typical computer is subject to more than 120 power problems a month. These problems often go unnoticed, but can result in partial data loss or hard disk crashes. Many hardware devices can monitor and supplement your power supply. At a minimum, consider buying an uninterruptible power supply, UPS, for your file server. Hard disk or disk controller problems. Although your hard drive is hard, it is not impervious to wear and tear. Application data written to a damaged sector on a hard drive or written incorrectly will almost certainly be unreadable and useless. Network cards or cabling. If your file server is sound and it appears only network data is corrupting, your cabling or network card may be faulty. To further isolate the source of corruption, perform a test on each workstation. Abnormal application termination. Turning your workstation off with the software still open can corrupt your data. Application errors or freezing can make resetting your workstation unavoidable, but you always try to exit your applications and windows correctly. Peer-to-peer networking. In a peer-to-peer network environment, there is no dedicated file server. Instead, data is stored on a workstation acting as a file server. Because this workstation plays a dual role, application performance and stability can be compromised. When you restart the server workstation, all connected workstations are disconnected. If the software application is open on a connected workstation, when you restart the server or workstation, the chances for data corruption are increased. Operating system. Network and desktop operating system features can adversely affect database applications. Discuss steps to minimize the impact of data loss and data corruption in a networked environment. Never store your documents on the same drive as your operating system. While most word processors will save your files in the My Documents folder, this is the worst place for them. Whether it is a virus or software failure, the majority of computer problems affect the operating system, and oftentimes the only solution is to reformat the drive and reinstall the operating system. In such an instance, everything on the drive will be lost. Back up your files regularly, no matter where they're stored. Just storing your files in a different location than your operating system isn't enough. You need to create regular backups for your files. And let's face it, even your backup is subject to failure. CDs get scratched, hard drives break, and floppies get erased. Beware of email attachments. Even if you're certain they don't contain viruses, email attachments can cause you to lose data. Think about it. If you receive a document with the same name as one on your drive, and your email software is set to save attachments in the same location, you run the risk of overwriting the file that's already there. Beware of user error. We don't like to admit it, but we often engineer our own problems. Take advantage of safeguards included in your word processor, such as versioning features and track changes. A common way users lose data is when they're editing a document and accidentally delete portions. After the document is saved, the portions that are changed or deleted are lost unless you've enabled features that will store changes for you. Keep hard copies of your documents. While it won't prevent you from having to type and format your document again, having a hard copy will at least ensure you have the contents of the file, and that is better than having nothing at all. Thank you for viewing this video. I hope you found it educational.